The Salem Witch Trials of 1692 remain one of the most haunting and perplexing episodes in American history. What began as a series of accusations of witchcraft in the small Puritan town of Salem, Massachusetts, escalated into a frenzy of fear, paranoia, and tragic consequences. The events that unfolded during this dark period serve as a chilling reminder of the dangers of mass hysteria, intolerance, and the unchecked power of fear. To truly understand the Salem Witch Trials, we must delve into the historical context. Settled by Puritans in the late 17th century, Salem was a tightly knit community that adhered to strict religious principles. The Puritans believed in the existence of witches and considered them instruments of the devil. They lived in constant fear of evil forces lurking within their midst. The trials began in early 1692 when a group of young girls, including Betty Parris and Abigail Williams, started exhibiting strange behaviors. Their actions were attributed to witchcraft, and they accused several women in the community of bewitching them. The accusations quickly spiraled out of control, spreading fear and paranoia throughout the town. As the hysteria grew, a special court was established to handle the witchcraft cases. The legal proceedings were far from fair and just. Spectral evidence, based on the belief that the accused could harm others through unseen means, was considered admissible in court. People were arrested based on mere accusations, leading to a horrifying cycle of arrests, interrogations, and forced confessions. The trials reached their peak in the summer of 1692, with numerous people imprisoned and awaiting trial. In the end, 20 individuals were executed, 14 women and 6 men, while many others languished in jail. Innocent lives were lost, families were torn apart, and the town was left in a state of despair. As the panic began to subside, doubts started to emerge. People questioned the validity of the accusations and the use of spectral evidence. Prominent figures, including ministers and community leaders, publicly acknowledged the mistakes made during the trials and called for a more rational approach. In 1693, the Massachusetts Bay Colony government declared a day of fasting and repentance, acknowledging the wrongful convictions and expressing remorse. In the years that followed, the surviving accused were released from prison, and the families of the executed victims were compensated for their losses. The Salem Witch Trials left an indelible mark on American history. They serve as a stark reminder of the fragility of justice, the destructive power of fear, and the consequences of unchecked mass hysteria. The events of 1692 also highlighted the importance of upholding the principles of due process, presumption of innocence, and rational inquiry, principles that continue to shape our legal system today. The Salem Witch Trials have since become a symbol of the dangers of scapegoating, intolerance, and the harmful effects of unsubstantiated accusations. They stand as a lesson that we must remain vigilant against the forces that can lead to the erosion of civil liberties and the violation of human rights. The Salem Witch Trials remain a dark chapter in American history, a cautionary tale of how fear, superstition, and hysteria can have devastating consequences. They serve as a reminder that we must learn from the past to prevent such injustices from recurring in our society. By understanding the events of 1692, we strive to create a more just and tolerant future, where the principles of fairness and reason prevail over ignorance and prejudice.